Diploma and your marks don't really matter when you are going to go into the industry. What matters the most is you've been on my... Hi everybody, and thank you for Thank you for stopping by on my YouTube channel today. I've gotten a lot of views on my other YouTube channel videos where I talk about what it is like studying fashion. So I just thought that I should make another video because many of you are in the process of making your decisions and probably don't know what you're going to study, what's the best choice to make for your future. By giving you a bit of insight, I thought that will help you in the decision making. And honestly, I haven't talked anything about what it was like, how my first year was like, because it has been a roller coaster. So the first semester we were on campus and we were at school. That was before COVID. So this was in 2019 to 2020. That was the first semester when I started. So during the first week of studying fashion, we got a mission or like assignment to go and check out London Fashion Week, which was one of my biggest dreams to accomplish as well. So we actually managed to get insight into Uniqlo, their exhibition, and also, what else did we do? Manolo Blahnik had one. We also got like a goodie bag from Uniqlo, so that was actually pretty cool. But in terms of the assignments and everything went really well. I got A first in a lot of my grades. I was really happy about. So it wasn't something that I was very used to because I'm not a very academic person. I am not so good with like numbers and writing essays and all of that stuff, but being creative and fashion, I also enjoy marketing and social media and find that very interesting. So I found that the area that I was studying in was really spot on for me, which made me get those higher marks because it was something that I was very interested in. I don't think that I would have done that good if I wasn't passionate about it or interested about it. So that's why I highly recommend you to maybe take an internship or get an insight or like shadow somebody that's working in that field, so you can get an insight into how that is. For example, fashion journalism. That wouldn't be something that I would enjoy that much because I have my own blogging platform when I was younger, and I knew that after a while I would get very bored of doing that. But so I know that that would not be a field that I would be happy in the long run. Maybe get some experience if you know kind of what you want to do. Try it out on your own spare time and see if you're really passionate about it, if you're thinking about it in the whole bigger picture, because after that you'll be working with that particular subject for the rest of your life. You don't study again. So think about that, reflect on that, try it out, maybe have a year off so you can actually figure out what you want, who you are, what you want to do, what you want to spend your life after the high school, to figure out what you want to do. And one thing I also learned is that your diploma and your marks don't really matter when you are going to go into the industry. What matters the most is what you can show, and also your portfolio, what you have done, the work that you have done, and also internship, work experience in the fashion industry. So those are the things that's really counting rather than your degree. But from your degree you get a better understanding of what you're going to do, and you also get an insight into the different areas in the fashion industry where you can dive into. So you kind of learn the skills and everything that you need before you go and probably pursue your career. And I really I don't regret studying fashion, even though it has been a roller coaster and up and down. First semester it's kind of getting used to everything, and also the time being I didn't find an accommodation, so I was also stressing to find a proper accommodation. And I don't think it was until like October until I finally settled and found accommodation where I was going to stay. I was staying at some Airbnbs, and then we found another apartment, and then that one was going to go to renovation, so we couldn't stay there. So it was very stressful, but things started. That's where it's going to go downhill from here, the story. But yeah, so we finally found an apartment, and I was so happy, and it was such a nice area. It was very calm, and it was only 30 minutes with the bus to my university, and also 30 minutes to the tube to Oslo, that's where we are now, to London Central. But anyways, I would spend most of my time at school, in the library, doing all of my assignments, also with my friends, doing assignments together, because there was also group work that we did. So we met up in the library and did our tasks. So yeah, so the first semester was basically just getting everything done, prepared, getting accommodation, and yeah, just basically getting a lot of documents done, getting settled to everything, navigating your way around the school, getting to know the assignments, the teachers, and there were also some time clashes with I was talked about in another video. There was some time clashes with the teachers, and there was changing of teachers, changing with module teachers, module leaders, and course leaders. Yeah, there was a big fuss around that. But everything's settled on the second semester. So the second semester starts, everything is stable. Just had my winter break, just went to Norway for a bit, that's where I'm from, and then went back to London. And when I went back to London, it was about like 1 month or something, and then the coronavirus happened. So if you want to see my little vlog of the stressful situation, you can click here. And then it was like online studies until then. So I completed my first year from home, and I still had to pay for my accommodation still, because it was a 1 year contract. So one thing when it comes to accommodation, you don't sign any contract until you know, and I would highly recommend you to stay at a student accommodation than a private accommodation if you don't know anybody that can help you, and if you don't have any contacts in the UK or anyone that can help you, because it's a very tricky situation. There's a lot of things that you have to look into when getting a private accommodation, and don't put yourself through that stress in the first year. So I highly recommend to stay in the student accommodation. That will make my life so much easier. So that's one thing that I really regret of not doing, because it would save me about $7,000, I think. That's a lot of money I would have saved on private accommodation. You're probably also wondering about how you're gonna find friends now. Everything is online, and that can be a very tricky part. It was really nice for me that I got to manage to meet everybody in person before the lockdown and everything happened. So now everything is virtual, and it's much harder to stay connected. One thing that can really help you is to connect with them on Instagram, talk with them on Instagram, and or maybe Snapchat or any other platforms, and yeah, just stay connected there, even though it can be feeling a bit weird and a bit spammy. And just write to them. I think that's the way how you can stay connected. Yeah, so that was my impression of my first year. Hi, this is my doggy Lily here. Since this is a field that I really like the most, and this is something that I really know that I want to pursue my career in, I don't regret it at all. That was my overall impression of studying fashion in London. So if you like this video, please support me by liking and subscribing this video. It will mean the world to me. And if you have any further comments or any questions or anything, you can always write me in the comment section down below, or my Instagram channel. So good luck in your decision making, and I'll speak to you in another video. Bye.